am at the homestead today. We are live for Ask an Herbalist. I'm Sarah Bazzani, Master Herbalist. And I studied the herbs intensively, formally for the last 3 years. But before that, I just did a ton of research on my own about all the different natural modalities out there, chiropractic, massage, essential oils, herbs, nutrition, all the different diets. Cranial Sacral Therapy. I actually did take a first level course on that. And I also studied with certified Alexander technique teachers. And took a course in teaching a particular version of what they teach, which is a hands-free, what I call conscious movement therapy, where you learn how to use your thoughts better so that you create more choices for your physical body patterns, but it also works for mental, emotional patterns as well, where we learn to interrupt these processes and allow the body to create a new way of doing things with more ease. It's what I was able to use to go from a state of in so much pain after a car accident and other mysterious musculoskeletal injuries that just showed up, being in a place where I couldn't play violin at all, or even really sing without getting migraines, to where I can do those things quite comfortably. But I have to use my tools. Although sometimes more recently I've forgotten to use them sometimes and I'm still okay. So these things do accumulate. Anyway, so that is something that I can teach as well, especially for musicians, but it was actually created by an actor and it's now been applied to and for musicians and dancers and athletes. There's even books on using it for childbirth. So it's an incredibly versatile methodology that I really like. I really want to get the word out on these options that we have for healing that we are not surrounded by growing up. We are not taught that they are options. And even if we hear about them, we are often taught that they don't work, they're not effective, they're not safe, when really quite the opposite is true. So I just want to be able to help lots of people, teach lots of people. And I want to find the people that want to hear these things. So, if you're watching and you find value in this, please comment. So if you have people in your life that you believe would also find value in this, please invite them to our group. And let's all build this together. That would be really wonderful. I'll just make a few more announcements while I'm waiting for questions. So a couple of fun things. Over on Instagram, we're doing a giveaway. I kind of alternate between where I'm doing it, if it's on Instagram or Facebook, but over on Instagram at A Place to Come to Farmstead, I am doing a giveaway. It's in collaboration with another local Utah handmade artisan named Crystal, and her business is called Crystal Clear Garden. And she makes all of these beautiful dried flower resin products. You can go check out her stuff on Instagram. She has an Etsy shop as well that's linked to there. I know it's really hard to find people's Etsy shops, even if you know the name and you search for it. I don't know why Etsy makes it really, really hard to find it. So if you go to her Instagram page at Crystal Clear Garden, it's Crystal with a K, then you can go to her Etsy shop link. But at any rate, she has donated to this giveaway a full set of 4 of these resin coasters, and it comes in this cute little holder as well that would be perfect for setting your non-toxic glass mug of tea on. And I am donating 3 hand blended loose leaf naturally caffeine-free herbal teas of your choice from the lineup. You get to choose which 3 you want to that cause. And so altogether, this is a $97 value that we are giving away. So that's very, very simple. All you got to do is go on Instagram to @a place to come to Farmstead, and you'll see it in the pinned post on my profile. And the instructions are right there. They're really easy. You just need to follow my account, follow Crystal Clear Gardens account. You like that giveaway post, you tag 3 of your friends, and you share it to your stories. Done. For a chance to win $97. And only 1 person has entered so far, so your chances are pretty good. And that ends on Tuesday. Okay, so that's coming up. So for those of you watching this, you may not know what date Tuesday is. I'm talking about Tuesday, August 22nd. Okay, so that's happening over on Instagram. Now we're going to announce the giveaway winner Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So that would be 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. At 2 p.m. we'll announce the winner. We'll spin the wheel to randomly pick the winner from those who have entered. Now, the other thing going on is I am doing a live video sale with Herbal Embrace products. Herbalembrace.com is the website for my handmade products. It's also where I sell Dr. Christopher's and Holistic Botanicals products drop shipped directly from the manufacturer. Anyway, so a live video sale means that I'm going to show up on Instagram at 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time at a place to come to Farmstead. And I am going to show the products that I have. Now, this one is going to be focused on our previously sold out, best-selling herbal shampoo bar that is incredible for the scalp as well as the entire length of the hair. When I use this, my hair, like, first off, my scalp feels amazing. I don't get that gunky buildup. And the entire shaft of my hair is so soft. My natural curl is really happy. I have a natural wave, I should say. And yeah, and I just can't stop playing with my hair. So we are restocking that one. It even has this cool swirl pattern this time, so it's really pretty. And there is a top secret herbal product that I have put together that complements it perfectly for an extra scalp and tress treatment. So if you want to claim those from the very minute they're released in this restock and this launch, come hang out with me on Instagram at a place to come to Farmstead at 2:30 p.m. Mountain this Tuesday, August 22nd. And I'll put a link in the comments. So that's the news on the live sale. And so what happens is I present the products and give a little explanation about them. I can answer questions about them. Again, this is live. And then if you want to claim them, you actually claim it live. And so I start an invoice for you during the sale, and then you check out securely on the website, which takes all the pays. So that's pretty fun. So the deadline to register for my amazing group coaching program, it's called Get Your Glow, and it is for helping you heal your body to naturally create a situation where you have the fertility that you want and that you are set up for your best trimester ever, which of course will lead to your best pregnancy ever, birth, postpartum, etc. This is a super high touch program. For this round only, I am offering personalized coaching as well as the group coaching, digital guidebooks, a goodie box of all these great herbal things, skincare, prenatal tea, even some recipe books. And I've got some other fun things that I've worked out with other collaborators that are just fun things to have for pregnancy and beyond, that are all part of this package. And so you can go to everydayandexperiment.com/getyourglow. I'll put the links in the comment. If you want to learn more, you can also send me a message. I've got blog posts up there talking more about the program. On Instagram at everydayandexperiment, I've got videos up there as well. And there's a few more coming out, but we need to start on the 28th of August because I am pregnant. And if we start any later, we will be finishing up too close to my due date. So, all right. So we're starting the program the week of August 28th. And so if you were going to register, I need to know by Friday the 25th so that I can gather all those materials for you. All right. I'm still waiting for questions. Well, I did get a question over Messenger this week asking me, Sarah, do you have a recommendation for a succinct guide to herbs that are safe during pregnancy and lactation? And the short answer is yes, there are a few that I can recommend. And I will post a link here because I actually drop ship some of them as well to a few books that are a really good kind of deep dive on the topic. But here's the thing, as with any question related to herbs, really any natural substance or therapy or activity, the true answer is that it depends. And that's why I offer the private coaching so that we can figure out which one is really going to be the best fit for you. It's a little bit easier. It's a little bit more forgiving with herbs in terms of trying different things out and finding an herb that applies over a variety of individual circumstances. It's a little bit easier than it is for, say, homeopathy. Like homeopathy, you have to get really dialed in on getting the exact right remedy, or you're just going to get nothing out of it. The difference with the herbs is no matter what, you're going to get some vitamins and minerals. You're going to get some kind of benefit. It just may not be the exact one that you're looking for. Now, in terms of safety, though, this is why it really, really, really depends on the person. Some of these herbs help the body cleanse, which is wonderful. And most of them are very gentle cleansers. But if your body is in a condition where it is in a highly toxic condition, whether you inherited all of this or you lived long enough in a place where you were getting a lot of environmental toxins, and that can even be indoor air quality, or workplace exposure, like welders or other factory workers are often exposed to really nasty things. And this all builds up. But then there's other sources of toxins in our life. Our thoughts and our emotions literally become actual chemicals in our body. Our body is that amazing that it transforms the energy of our thoughts and our feelings into actual chemicals because these are messages. And so it's sending those messages all through our body. And then our body tries to cope with those messages, tries to listen to them and say, okay, what do I need to do based on that message? And so that can create a toxic condition in our body as well if we're holding on to a lot of really negative emotion or really negative thought patterns. Ask me how I know. So that's another thing. And then, from our food, from our clothing, from our mattresses, there are so many, there's so many sources right now. And I'm not trying to scare you out of living or overwhelm you too much. I like helping people find like, what are the top 3 things that you can do right now to reduce your toxic load? And those 3 things are going to be different for each person, because everyone's in a place where something is easier to do than something else. For example, I live in a trailer right now. I am surrounded by nasty stuff. um, just like emanating from the cheap materials and flame retardants and all the stuff that is inherent in a very low cost living situation. For everyone, it's going to be a little different. For some people, it's going to be easy to switch to buying only organic or only from a farmer that you know doesn't use pesticides and herbicides and fungicides and all the sides. For other people, that is just not financially an option, right? So we're all starting with a different toxic load. And if we have never cleansed before, if we have never, and if our elimination channels, again, that's our bowels, our kidney and bladder, our skin, our lungs, if these channels are not open and have not been open for a long time, just not that uncommon, it's possible that when you start drinking even just a single herbal tea, it's possible that you will start cleansing so much that it can overwhelm your body. And so that's why it's not that simple to say, here's a list of herbs that are always safe in pregnancy. All right, did that woman finish a round of chemo right before she got pregnant? She's got a lot of stuff to detox, you know? And so we would have to be extra careful with certain herbs, even though for someone else, it's so gentle and it's so safe that it's completely not even an issue. And so, you know, I'm one of those people that part of the reason I went and got my master's in herbology was I was so tired of, you know, if I wanted to learn about how to use an herbal remedy or just learn more about a single herb, all of these more kind of modern websites are so fear-mongerish in terms of like, this herb is you know, you can use it under these conditions, but here's all the reasons that you should stay away from it. And often those reasons that they cite, it's not based on the use of the whole herb. It's actually based on studies that were done when scientists took that herb, analyzed the different constituents in it, isolated them, and then injected that constituent in ridiculous amounts directly into the bloodstream of a tiny animal. Like, this does not translate to the safety and potential side effects or not of a whole herb used in its wholesome form, used either applied to the skin or taken in through the digestive tract, or even used as an enema or a douche. Like, this is, or an injection. It's a completely different context. And so I was really tired of this, that I didn't feel like I could get any information that gave me any confidence in safely using herbs on the internet. And so that was a big driver of why I went and got this education. And so I want to be the person for you who makes this feel easier, safer, and something that you can grasp more easily. And so, you know, on my website, everydayinexperiment.com, I do have a series of online classes called Herb Chats, where I talk about specific herbs that are very common, very safe, and how to use them for a variety of different things. And then I also talk about different remedies, so that you can get that more general, practical knowledge. But again, if you are one of these people who has a lot of complicated stuff going on with your health, there is always a potential that okay, so let's say you subscribe to my classes and you watch the one on red clover and you start drinking red clover tea and you start to feel some detox symptoms. You get a little groggy, you feel kind of fatigued and uncomfortable, and you might say, well, this is making me feel worse, not better, so herbs don't work and I'm not going to use herbs anymore. Like that. I don't want this for you. And that's why I do these live chats, and that's why I weave this into the online classes as well, that, you know, hey, when your body's detoxing, you need to make sure that these other channels are open. And here's how you do that. And we can do that very safely. But again, the dosage and frequency totally depends on the person. And that's why I am here as an educator, to help you figure out a plan for yourself, and then to monitor what you're experiencing as you start following the plan, to know, hey, this means things are actually moving out. This is a good thing that is happening to you and it's temporary. Or, hey, that's actually a sign that we need to change it up. Because that can happen. So my message here is, I want to empower you. I want to give you that confidence. But I highly recommend that you meet with someone who knows these herbs much better than you do, and can look at your health history and help educate you towards what you personally need and at what pace, because that can be different for everyone. David Christopher told us the story about, there was a man who was very, very ill. He would have taught him a specific protocol that, he recommends, like, every time someone has this particular dis-ease. But for some reason, he just didn't feel good about doing this. And and he figured it out later. They just started kind of low and slow on some other things, and realized, just how much this person needed to detox. And basically that if he had gone straight to the full fast-paced protocol, that it could have had very serious consequences for him, because his body would have been dumping so many toxins at such a rate that he would not have been able to get them back out. And when we have toxins in the bloodstream, that's when we start having serious problems. So we always want to detox safely. Okay, that's not a fire. Thought I saw a fire in the distance. It's just a very large dust devil. So we are at the half hour from when I started. If you found value from this, please comment, even if you're watching the replay. Otherwise, I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and take that time to rest and renew, connect with God. And I'll see you around. Right. Take care.